Okay, so 7 Days is a Canadian psychological thriller. So it's actually in French, which is kind of different to say, thinking that it'd be Canadian. They either speak English or French, depending on the location. And pretty much you have a guy who's kind of a regular, everyday sort of guy until his daughter gets kidnapped, raped, and killed. He then decides to kidnap the prime suspect, and then begins to essentially torture him over the process of 7 days, saying that the seventh day he's probably going to kill him. Once he does, he's going to turn him into the police. So you've got the combination of the grieving father and the prime suspect as he's going through his different levels of torture, which include taking things like a sledgehammer to his knee, doing other sorts of incisions to his body, and doing other sorts of kind of cruel things, lots of psychological torture, some other sorts of, like, I'm going to hang you by your hands for quite some time, I'm going to force you to walk around, I'm going to kind of starve you a little bit. And then he does something with his intestines too. The nice thing is what they kind of do is they show him leading up to what he's doing, and then they cut away. And then they cut back to, that this is what happened when everything's said and done to him. Sorry, I'm in a hotel, there's people in the hallway. So the interesting thing is, while that's going on, you have the guy's wife, who's kind of working with the police somewhat to try to help track this guy down so he doesn't actually kill him. So you kind of have that level of justifiable torture while at the same time the police are trying to catch him. It's got a nice feel to it. It definitely is different seeing someone who's doing the torture who's actually himself kind of psychologically tortured. And it does have that nice feeling of, people have often said if someone happened to a loved one, you would go to these extremes. So it's got a nice feeling from that aspect as well. It is it's more psychological, definitely a little more light on the torture side, but definitely a very interesting movie.